I miss being a kid so much. I honestly can't express how much it hurts sometimes to look back on a childhood photo or memory and just internally weep, knowing that's gone forever. A lot of people say things like, don't be sad it's gone, smile because it happened, but so often now I can't help but just be sad it happened. It's not necessarily a bad sad, just the longing, ache and hurt. I talked about this in a previous video, but this time I wanted to cover the other part of it, the growing up factor, and how it consistently pulls me back to that headspace of nostalgia. I'm not even that old, I'm in my 20s, which in the grand scheme of everything compared to a whole life, I'm still super young. If you were to convert your life into a 24-hour clock, and say you live to 80, for me, personally, right now, it's not even 7 AM. But even though I'm so young, I still keep looking back to times of childhood. A part of me hates growing up, but I know that growing up is never going to stop. So the pain more so comes from missing a past I can no longer grasp, like trying to cling onto rope covered in oil. You're just gonna hurt yourself trying to hold on then let go. I mean, do you ever just look at like an old image, whether from a game you used to play or a photo you kept, and just sit there and try and like live through it again? For my experience with like old Minecraft on Xbox 360, I'll always see these old screenshots of the game, whether it's mine or from someone else's, and I just find myself staring at it, almost like imagining myself inside of that when I was a kid. I think I'm like longing for that feeling. You know, like as a kid, the feeling felt so great because you never had to worry about anything else. Like I will play Minecraft now, sure, but it's not the same. When I played it as a kid and I like sat in those worlds, the places that I built, it felt so different than it is now. I think it's because like you never really had to worry about anything outside of your own enjoyment. Back then, the only thing that mattered in the moment was like how much fun you're having on that game, not like what's going to happen after you turn the game off. I think a major problem for this feeling is just the responsibilities of growing old, like rent, job, and expectations from the world. It sort of like sieved out the childhood wonder, and what made being a kid so enjoyable was the fact that you could sit there and just not care about anything else, and the only thing that was important to yourself was how much fun you're having in the moment. I think a lot of this comes from the fear of the future. Like when I was young, I never cared what the future might be or what it might hold. Like it never mattered to me at all. I was always thinking like presently in the moment and just what was going on in my head in that set time. But now I just think about the future. Well, I don't normally, but a lot of the time I'll sit there and think, oh, I wonder what's going to happen, or oh, what's going to happen after this, or the future, like what do I need to do, what has to happen, what do I need to work on? As a kid, none of that mattered. You never thought about that. You always just thought about how much you enjoyed being where you were in the moment. I think being afraid of the future has also caused us to lose a lot of things. A lot of my childhood friends and like old games, even certain places, just have either vanished or moved on and changed. As a kid, I never really expected that. You always went somewhere or played an old game or hung out with your friends, and you never really thought what would happen in the future when they're not around anymore. Or why would this place look any different? Or how will the future of games look? Again, coming back to the old point, nothing really mattered other than your own enjoyment and living in the moment. I think now just so many people don't do that. I mean, I'm one of them. That's why I'm making this video. I sometimes forget to live in the moment, and that's why I look back on old photos and old videos and everything of old video games and just try and relive that one last time. Change is normal, and like the future of everything is just such a normal thing to think about. As you get older, you stop thinking about what was going on in the moment and you start thinking more future. I think it's like a defense mechanism, the way the brain works, to sort of help you understand where you're going. As a kid, you never really have that. So I think it's normal to grow up and sort of think less presently and more to what you should be doing in the future and what's going to come in the future. I also think growing up is a good thing in some ways. When you grow up, you get so much more freedom and control of your life. I mean, for like my example, I got a car. I can now travel wherever I want and explore places that I never could have as a kid. I think a lot of people have this as well. When you grow up, you can just literally go places. But weirdly though, even though I have all of that, I still miss the feeling of being young. That's why I still play old Minecraft right now. I miss the way it felt. It's almost as if like sometimes I'd rather not grow up and just stay in the same world I made ages ago, just living in that moment. I don't know why, and like even though I've got points here that I'm reading off, growing up still just sucks, and I can't pinpoint it exactly. I don't know whether it's missing being a kid, missing the memories you made as a kid, missing what you had as a kid, or just missing not having so many responsibilities as you do now. I mean, like I mentioned before, I think one of the big problems that people have, which just strips the joy out of life, is jobs, expectations, and then bills and other things that go alongside that, like subscriptions. All of that, like worrying about something that is going to happen or somewhere you're going to be and be stuck in, and also worrying about what other people think about you just really bogs you down. I hope this video was somehow insightful. I don't know, I've just been struggling with this feeling for a little bit, and I think talking about it might help. And if it's helped you, then this makes it all worth it. And for the outro, what's something you've loved about being a kid and something you don't like about growing up? Love you all and see you soon.